Hello! Replicatum is a Unity package that allows you to quickly copy and adapt the characteristic of a game object to other game objects. This is very useful when objects share the same components or when you're not using prefabs, or even when you've forgotten to create one. In this example scene, we want to modify this red sphere so that it inherits the properties of the green cube next to it. We can see that the two game objects have some components in common and some that are different. To start the replication process, you need to open the Replicatum tab and then click From GameObject. This will open an editor window where you can begin filling the variables. Start by adding the elements you want to modify to the array at the top. Then specify the object to use as a reference to retrieve the properties. The properties and components of the reference object will appear in the window. With the interface, you can display the details of each component and modify them as you wish. Be careful to select only what you want to retrieve from the reference object. In this case, we don't want to retrieve the properties of the transform. Optionally, you can replicate the header of the reference object with the Replicate Header checkbox. This gives you access to the static properties, name, tag, layer, and display of the object. If you don't want to use the name of the reference object, simply erase the name and leave the variable empty. Before replicating, make sure to check the last options at the bottom. The first one allows you to remove components that are not in common. In our case, the sphere collider should be removed because we are retrieving the box collider from the cube. The second option replaces all references to the cube in the components with the new references to the sphere. Once replication is activated, we can see that the sphere has successfully inherited the cube's component while keeping its own name. Additionally, all references to the cube have been replaced with references to the sphere or its component. To undo the last replication, you can go to the Replicatum tab and click Revert Last Changes. You can see that the sphere has returned to its original state before being modified. Thank you for following this quick tutorial for Replicatum. I wish you happy development and see you soon.